Got to give the people, what they want. The people want this homework review, this test review. So let's go ahead and do this. You should be able to do this test. You should be able to do all this. That'll tell you you're ready for the test. So nope. 1.6 homework review, inverse functions. Let's go. Find the inverse. Why don't you go ahead and do number 1 and number 2. Go ahead and find the inverse for me. Then pause once you've done it. Cool. So you did that. Now you're going to check to see if you did it right. So you were like, okay, I need to flip. If I'm going to find the inverse, I got to flip x and y. So I'm going to say that this is x equals negative y minus 1 cubed. Okay, I know this is negative 1. Okay, now let me go ahead and start to solve for y. And let me get y by itself. So I'm going to divide by negative 1. And again, I believe, just to remind you, it's like going backwards from Gemma. So I divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1. So I'm just going to call this negative x divided by negative 1 is just negative 1x equals y minus 1 cubed. Now, there's no adding or subtracting. I did my multiplying and dividing. Now I'm going to undo my exponents. So this is cubed, so I'm going to take a cubed root and a cubed root. So I'm left with y minus 3 equals the cubed root of negative 1x. And then finally in my grouping, I have a plus 3, I have a plus 3. So we're left with, and I just like to write it like this, y equals, don't forget that cubed, the cubed root of negative 1x plus 3. Notice the plus 3 is not under the cubed root sign. And then if I want to have my proper notation, this was g of x, so this would be g to the negative 1 of x equals the cubed root negative 1x plus 3. Yeah. All right. So I know h of x. Let me go ahead and find the inverse of h of x. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. First, I'm going to get rid of dividing by 5. So no, just kidding. I need to flip x and y. So what? We have x equals negative 15 plus 8y over 5. So now I'm going to multiply by 5. We end up with 5x equals negative 15 plus 8y. And I got to get rid of my adding and subtracting. Plus 15 plus 15. So I end up with 5x plus 15 equals 8y. Go ahead, divide by 8, divide by 8. Y equals 5x plus 15 over 8. Then give it its proper notation. What was this? This was h of x, so this is h to the negative 1 of x equals 5x plus 15 over 8. All right, let's go to number 2. Let's go ahead and verify that f of x and g of x are inverses. So why don't you go ahead and verify that right now? This is a thing that you might have to do on the test. All right. So if you're going to verify this, you're going to do it by composition. So remember, you put g of x inside of f of x. So I'm going to write f of x. It's the square root of x, and I'm going to put a big parentheses for x because that's where I'm going to plug g of x in, plus 4. And notice that's all under the square root. And now I'm going to take it, and I'm going to put it inside there. So x squared minus 4. All right, so now if I start canceling stuff, things should work. And remember, this is where you have to show me step by step where things would cancel. So First thing that would cancel is this parentheses in here doesn't really do anything. So I have a -4 and a +4 that canceled. So I'm going to end up with the square root of x squared. And then I see that the square root of x squared and cancel each other out. So I'm left with x. So these are inverses. All right. Easy peasy pumpkin squeezy. So last one, go ahead and copy this down. You have an online store. It has exponential growth, 1,000 users, and the number of users doubles every month. Write a function that models the number of users. So you should be able to be like, okay, this is exponential, so y equals a times b to the x. We know this is initial value. We know this is the growth rate. They told me that 1,000 is the initial value, and the growth rate is they double every month, so the growth rate equals times 2. So I could just write the equation, right? So it says write a function u of x. So for number 1, I'm going to be like u of x equals the initial value, 1,000 times 2 to the x. Okay, define the input and output. That's what 2 says. So what do I put in place of x? The input is x is months, right? And the output, what do I get out of this? U of x equals users. Okay, let's go on to part 3. Calculate the users after 6 months. Cool. So I'm going to find u of 6. Okay, I could do this. 1,000 times 2 to the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. So 1,000 times 64 is approximately 64,000. U of 6 is 64,000 users. Okay. Step 3 is done. Step 4, find the inverse of the function. So my original function says y equals 1,000 times 2 to the x. So my inverse of this function is going to say x equals 1,000 times 2 to the y. Solve for x. All right. Again, I can do this. All right, let me see. Let me go ahead and divide by 1,000. Divide by 1,000. So x over 1,000 equals 2 to the y. And what you know, at least what you know how to do right now, we have to get rid of a base 2 of logs. So we're going to go log 2 to the y. And those are going to cancel. And we're going to go x over 1,000 times log base 2. So we had to do a log base 2 on both sides. All right, let me check something real quick. Inverse functions. Now, we haven't actually hit the logs I'm recognizing, so there won't be, I mean, everything up to here would be good. You guys would have a hard time finding this inverse function because we actually haven't hit logs yet this year. So we'll keep this one right like that. But point being, then you would just find the inverse like we've been doing on the rest of the other problems, okay? So I'm going to leave this one right here since we haven't spent a lot of time talking about the logs yet. That's actually coming up soon. But you should be able to find the inverses otherwise, and you should know how to do all those steps. All right, Mr. Bass, I'm out.